Hi, this is Nicholas Bell with IONCINEMA, here to review An American Murder, The Family Next Door, the latest directed by Jenny Popplewell, which will be available to stream on Netflix as of September 30th, 2020. So of course, this documentary has to deal with the Watts family murders, which happened in Colorado in 2018. And what's perhaps most interesting is that Popplewell has cobbled together a documentary that is from body cams, social media posts, text messages, courtroom, the film Courtroom Trial, to really create a cohesive expose on not just this family, but these terrible murders that happened. And also at the same time being kind of an interesting social statement about why we see these repeated instances happening in something that's often referred to as family annihilation. So Chris Watts plays this man who ultimately we learn murdered his wife Shannon and their two young daughters. He worked for an oil refinery, he buried her in a shallow grave and smothered his children and dumped their bodies. And it opens with Shannon, who works from home, had been on a business trip, comes home at a little after 1 a.m. There's of course surveillance footage from outside her house that shows this, but then we never see her leave again. Her best friend can't get a hold of her the next morning, alerts the police. They're outside trying to get in and desperately trying to get a hold of Chris, who finally arrives, kind of panicked and out of breath, to let them in. We see that her car's still there, her phone is there. It seems like maybe she was abducted if she didn't just run away. Although it's probably not likely that she ran away, because she was quite addicted to social media posts and various confessionals. They paint a portrait of Shannon as kind of a very overbearing woman that emasculated him. And there are shades of like Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl in there. Regardless of whatever she did do, of course she didn't deserve to be murdered. But there's an interesting swell of empathy that Popplewell does kind of get at as we watch Chris, who was kind of this dumpy, frumpy man who really gets into shape several years after being with Shannon. Just an interesting, intricate expose on this family based on the materials at hand. If you're interested in any kind of like Dateline type material, this is of course going to be up your alley. Besides Gone Girl, for whatever reason I was reminded of the Diane Downs case, which was a miniseries with Farrah Fawcett, Small Sacrifices, that Anne Rule had documented, and also about a brutal murder of children over some relationship issues. Overall, I'd give this documentary 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.